Hi, good evening, everyone, beta. So today we are going to go ahead and discuss about RBI DEPR Grade B 2024 exam. Okay. The expected official notification with all the information and the opening of website link starts from 25th of July. This time, the number of seats in DEPR is expected at 21 seats. ठीक है बेटा? The website will be open for enrollment from 25th of July to 16th of August. And you will go ahead and you will have your phase 1 on 14th September. And you will be having your phase 2 on 26th October 2024. So if we really look at it, अगर हम देखना शुरू करें, today it is already 19th of July. Almost we have 2 months to prepare our entire syllabus and to revise. The exam is on 14th September 2024. Okay. The good part here is that from 14th September to 26th October, these are all tentative dates. You will go ahead and you will have kitna break aa raha hai beta? Almost 1 month, 10 days का gap aa raha hai. This will be enough for you to revise phase 2. Why? Because the syllabus of phase 1 and phase 2 is very similar. ये हमने पूरा syllabus analysis किया हुआ है. I will take a separate class on strategy also. But because the syllabus of phase 1 and phase 2 is very similar, while preparing for phase 1 also, you are automatically preparing yourself for phase 2. जब आप phase 1 की तैयारी करोगे तो phase 2 का तैयारी खुद से होगा. You are automatically preparing yourself for phase 2. The only difference here is that here you will be preparing in phase 1, you will be preparing yourself for an objective MCQ based paper, whereas here you will be preparing yourself for a written paper. तो ये difference तो है that this is objective and MCQ, but if you will look at the syllabus of phase 1 and phase 2, the syllabus is very similar, right? So this is just the extra time here which will help you in practicing your answer writing skill. इस time में आप अपना answer writing skills को practice कर सकते हो. You can go ahead and you can enhance your answer writing skill. It will go ahead and help you in enhancing that. ठीक है? Other than that, there is nothing extra that you really have to go ahead and do. Okay. Now let me just go ahead and answer some of the important questions that have been asked every year to me, and I will try to answer all the students. So first of all, एक major question ये आता है that who is eligible for RBI DEPR exam? कौन RBI का DEPR का exam दे सकता है? What is the eligibility for RBI DEPR exam? So beta, for RBI DEPR exam, it is necessary that you go ahead and your minimum qualification is at least a master's degree with 55% marks. ठीक है? So minimum qualification is a master's degree with 55% marks, right? And at the same time, there is an age limit of 30 years. But you are given age relaxation. Usually, if you are from any category, OBC, SC, SD, you are also given the age relaxation if you have MPhil or PhD. तो भी आपको कुछ age relaxation मिल जाता है. But usually you need to do masters in economics to go ahead and to prepare yourself for RBI DEPR exam. Let us talk about the way that RBI mentions it. So RBI usually बोलता है that any master's degree is fine, but economics should be a major constituent. Economics should be a major constituent. So what does this mean? If you have done masters in quantitative economics, financial economics, mathematical economics, business economics, agricultural economics, industrial economics, all these students can apply for your RBI grade B DEPR exam. सबके सब DEPR का exam दे सकते हैं, whether you have gone ahead and you have done your masters in any of these economics field. You can also go ahead and give RBI exam if you have finance as a principal constituent. तो अगर आपका फाइनेंस एक प्रिंसिपल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट है, then also you can go ahead and you can give the DEPR exam, which means you can give this exam if you have done masters in quantitative finance, mathematical finance, quantitative technique, international finance, business finance, banking and trade. अगर इनमें से भी कोई भी डिग्री आपने लिया है, you can go ahead agri business finance, project and infrastructure finance. If you have done any of these things, you can go ahead and give your RBI DEPR exam. Now, suppose another important question which students ask me that, ma'am, I have done MBA in finance. Am I eligible to give RBI DEPR exam? Can I go ahead and can I give RBI DEPR exam? The answer is yes, right? But you need to ensure that your principal constituent should be finance or economics. Principal constituent का क्या मतलब है बेटा? By principal constituent we mean 50% or more of total courses that you take should be either finance or economics related, right? 50% or more should be finance or economics related. The next question is, what is the maximum limit allowed for the DEPR exam? Right? So as per the last information, anyone who is from unreserved category, यहाँ पे the maximum limit is at most 6 times. Maximum you can give this exam for 6 times. And of course, क्योंकि बाकी में आपको थोड़ा age relaxation मिल जाता है, so you are provided some relaxations also. But for unreserved category, you can appear for the RBI DEPR exam at most 6 times, right? Another important question which I want to answer is, so many students ask me कि मैम मैं अपने MA Economics के final year में हूँ, I am in the final year of MA Economics, can I go ahead and can I give this paper? So to be eligible for RBI DEPR exam, you should have completed the minimum educational qualification before the cutoff date specified by RBI. So suppose RBI gives you a cutoff date of August 2024. तो अगर August 2024 से पहले you have got your result, आपका result आ चुका है, then you have got your marks, then you can go ahead and appear for RBI DEPR exam. Right? So you can only appear for your RBI DEPR exam if you have completed the minimum educational qualification before the cutoff date. जो भी यहाँ cutoff date दिया, you need to finish the minimum educational qualification before the cutoff date. The next important question that many of you go ahead and ask me is, ma'am, what is the salary of RBI DEPR grade B officer? How much salary is offered, right? The in-hand salary is more than 1 lakh per annum beta, per month. So more than 1 lakh per month. That's the minimum salary. But I have already made a separate video giving you details of compensation of DEPR officer. So you can also look at that video. ठीक है? पूरा description में I have given a described video. I have made a described video telling the compensation of an RBI officer and an IES officer. You can also go ahead and you can look at that video also. ठीक है? The next thing is, the next important question that you go ahead and ask me is, ma'am, what is the RBI DEPR pattern? इसका pattern क्या है? What's the pattern of RBI DEPR exam? So when we talk about the pattern of DEPR exam, basically there are two phases, phase 1 and phase 2, right? When we talk about phase one basically has two things in it. One is an objective paper on economics, right? And one is an English descriptive paper, right? And phase two basically is written paper, descriptive paper of economics, right? And in phase two, you have two descriptive paper. First is micro plus macro, right? And second is quantitative economics plus Indian economics, right? All students who clear phase one, who qualify phase one, will sit for phase two. And if you qualify phase two, then you have to go ahead and give an interview, right? After interview, there will be a publication of final marks, right? There will be a merit list that will be prepared. Okay, beta. In this merit list, your marks from phase one, phase two, and interview will be added. And based on the final marks obtained, this merit list will be prepared. तो याद रखना कि फेज वन सिर्फ एलिमिनेशन राउंड नहीं है, लोगों को एलिमिनेट करने के लिए नहीं है. Rather, phase one marks are added to make the final list. So you don't only have to clear phase one so that you can sit for phase two. सिर्फ इतना पढ़ाई नहीं करना कि phase two में जाओ. You need to do enough preparation so that you not only qualify phase one but also get very good score in phase one, so that it inflates your final marks. आपके final marks improve हो पाए, right? Okay. Now many of you go ahead and ask me that, ma'am, is DEPR exam similar to Delhi School of Economics, similar to PhD entrance exam? So yes, so if you have done your masters rigorously, if you have done your masters in economics well, if you have done your MPhil well, if you have done your PhD well, so beta, the DEPR exam is not very difficult. It is comparatively an easier exam. You will be able to go ahead and clear the exam. Now you ask me next question, ma'am, how many months do I require for preparing for DEPR exam? So I suggest that, frankly, I suggest 1 year. If you want to go ahead and you want to do it at a slow pace, doing it from a scratch, 1 year is the ideal time to prepare for DEPR exam, but you can fast pace it to 8 months, right? But I would still suggest 8 months se kam nahi lena. Even if you fast pace it, you require 8 months to crack the exam. The aim is to clear the exam, right? So you go ahead and you can take 8 months to 1 year. Now, another very important thing which I have seen in the present beta, many students preparing for Indian Economics Service or IES Economics Optional, they ask me, ma'am, can we sit for DEPR exam also? So the answer is, if you have done masters in economics, or if you are, you have done masters in economics या financial economics या agriculture, जो भी मैंने ऊपर बताए, if you have completed your master's degree, then the syllabus of IES is very closely related to the syllabus of DEPR. These two are very close to each other, right? So if you, the only difference is that here you are just giving written answers, right? And here the paper pattern requires objective answering also, right? Otherwise, they are very similar in nature. So if you are preparing for this entrance exam, yes, simultaneously, you can prepare for DEPR exam. It is going to be very, very similar in nature. You already go ahead and you know a lot of things, right? Okay. The next question that many of you ask me, that ma'am, what is the cutoff for RBI DEPR 2023 exam, right? So if I talk about phase one, I think I have already made a video separately talking about cutoff, but just talking upar se, the cutoff was 41 out of 100 in phase one, and it was 191.67 out of 300 in phase two. Earlier, English was part of phase two, तो यहाँ पे 300 marks का exam होता था और यहाँ पे 100 का. Now English is going to be part of phase 1. So in phase 1, it will be 200 marks and phase 2 will be 200 marks, right? So accordingly, I have gone ahead and I have written the marks here. But of course, we have gone ahead and we have made a separate video only talking about these cutoffs. Now, is it tough? Yes, it is a little tough because the competition is very high. Will you be able to clear it? Yes. If you have done your masters in economics well, already you prepared well when you were preparing for your MA economics entrance exam. Already you know a lot of concepts well. So it is not going to be very, very difficult. You will be able to clear the DEPR exam. It just requires thorough preparation from your side, right? So this is all about the DEPR exam 2024. I hope I have cleared all your doubts, and I wish to see a lot of you sitting at RBI. So I wish you all the very best, and start preparing yourself, start appearing for mock papers, and all the very best.